Broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us today for 6 things to consider when investing in a dental additive manufacturing production chain. My name is Diane Travato, and I'm part of the marketing team here at Prodways. Just a few housekeeping items before we begin today's webinar. All participants are in listen-only mode, and your microphone will be muted, but we encourage your questions. Please submit any questions by typing them into the lower right-hand corner of the toolbox panel, and we will do our best to answer them at the Q&A session at the end. You will be receiving a follow-up email with a link to today's recording as well as the slides. Okay, let's get started. I'm pleased to announce our panelists for today. We have Lee Barbiasz. Lee's our regional sales manager here at Prodways, and he has several years of experience with additive manufacturing. He's helped many of our customers successfully implement dental workflows into their business. And we also have Vincent Icart, who's our moving light expert. He's the program director here at Prodways for Moving Light. Vincent has worked in 3D printing for several years as a technical expert and a product leader. Specialized in resin systems, Vincent has accompanied hundreds of customers on their deployment of 3D printing for dental and other applications. So we'll go through what we're going to cover on today's webinar. We're going to take a look at the key things you need to consider in investing in the AM production chain, from the overall financial investment to the integration of the production workflow. Now I'd like to hand it over to Lee Barbiasz. Lee's going to take it over and take us through a little bit about Prodways to begin. Lee?
Excellent. Thanks, Diane. I am Lee Barbiasz. I am the regional sales manager for Prodways, covering the East in the US and Canada, as well as South America. And as Diane mentioned, today we will be discussing 6 important considerations you need to make when deciding to invest in a dental additive manufacturing production chain. Now, before we jump into today's discussion, I just wanted to do a brief overview of who we are at Prodways and what we offer. Prodways is a 3D printing and digital manufacturing solutions provider with our world headquarters over in France, just outside of Paris. But we also have our US location and demo center here in New Hampshire, just north of Boston. Our 3D printers really fall into 3 categories here at Prodways, with the product you see on the left being our wax drop on demand technology through the Solidscape brand, which it mainly serves the jewelry industry. But we also have our moving light DLP printers with a heavy focus on the dental industry, so obviously that is important to today's discussion. But also important to note, you see right below the printers there, DeltaMed. So we do produce our own dental resins for our moving light technology through DeltaMed. And then we do have our P-Series powder bed SLS machines as well. So dental has been an area of focus here at Prodways for many years. It is the area that we know very well. We have an abundance of expertise in. We have been very successful in helping our customers implement a full dental workflow and helping them continue to be successful with it over time. So as we mentioned, there are 6 things that need to be considered when looking to invest in a dental production chain. The first one, as you see there, is the overall financial commitment. Does it make sense for your business to invest in the whole production workflow, automate some processes, or subcontract? As we mentioned here, subcontracting can be expensive, and depending on who you are working with, the lead times may not be acceptable to your customers. You also need to consider your volumes today and the projected volumes in the future. You will want to have a solution that is scalable and can grow with you as your business grows. You also need to consider the fixed and variable costs that are associated with owning a 3D printer. These can include shipping, installation, maintenance contracts, raw material costs. And then there are things you may not initially consider, such as employee training, operating time of the printer. And then the last financial consideration I'll talk about is the cost per part. There's obviously the glaring capital cost of the machine itself, but just as important is your cost per part. There are many ways you can look at a cost per part, but you need to look at it as more than just the cost of the material consumed divided by the number of parts built. Yes, this is a very important consideration and piece of the equation, but there is much more to it than that. You also need to take a look at the your operator's time to remove the parts from the machine, time to wash the parts, time to cure the parts. All of these should be considered in your total cost per part. And now I'll turn it over to Vincent to discuss the last three items. Vincent.
Thanks, Lee. So hi, I'm Vincent Icart, and I'm the Moving Light Program Director, and I'll continue to comment on some key criteria. So there are a few more factors to be considered into your additive manufacturing supplier choice. Lee already commented a few financial aspects, but there is one last to consider, which is obviously the manpower. This factor is immediately connected to the size of your printer, and obviously the smaller the printer, the more operator intensive the machine will be, whether it be for tray unloading or for refill operation. Now let's try to get a little technical. So a critical aspect to consider is how well your equipment is going to fit into your workflow, and that I hope is as digital as possible. Dental applications are all about handling data from a patient to the realization of the end device, and it's important every step is nicely integrated with one another. That's why it's so important that you think through the 3D printer choice in that mindset from the very first day. Last but not least, the 3D printer choice must obviously be a right technical choice. Because dental is such a demanding application, your printer should be a very accurate unit, allowing you to withstand any volume your lab may have with a consistent quality. So let me now take the opportunity of this technical consideration to give you a quick tour into some of our key technical features as it relates to the Prodways machines. So here is a quick overview of our machine latest generation and their capabilities. First of all, as you will notice, these units are rather large ones, as we are able to position up to 45 models for crown and bridges or implantology applications, and up to 55 or 60 for the aligners for orthodontics. That's, by the way, a very nice feature for those labs who are wishing to handle aligners on a by-case approach, fitting them all together on the same run. So such platform prints down to 1 hour and 45 minutes for the left-hand side case for the crown and bridge models, and we are hitting the hour, that's what you see on the right, for a full aligner tray in the fastest build mode that is available on our printers. Now, it's obviously not all about throughput, so let me give you some details on other important aspects. So as I said, speed is important for some products, and we do have this speed on our machine, but you also want that products are giving your customer full satisfaction as well as it relates to accuracy or surface finish. For the first one, as Prodways is relying on the Texas Instruments unique DLP technology, we are benefiting from a native XY resolution of 40 micron, which is actually a requirement to print crown and bridges models at the highest accuracy standards. Combining this accuracy with the productivity is actually the key strength of our technology. Finally, I have to say you're quite lucky today. We are indeed taking this webinar opportunity to first publicly announce our latest software and process upgrade for dental models. We are very proud to announce that we are making available a new upgrade that will allow our customer to benefit from improved surface finish with no impact on the build time. So we've put together some nice picture on the right hand side of this slide, so you can see what kind of improvement you are benefiting from with and without the super resolution. So it's a key milestone for us, and we are thrilled to always improve our customer experience. And Lee and I and myself are hoping you'll be able to benefit from such program as well in the near future. I hope I did not put you to sleep with all those technical considerations, and I now hand it over for Lee for a quick summary of today's main highlights.
Thanks, Vincent. So yeah, I know this is a quick presentation here. We want to keep this short and get you the information. So to wrap it up, we have spoken about the biggest financial and technical considerations that need to be made if you're thinking of investing in a dental AM workflow. The cost of the machine, the material cost, the salaries of your techs, performance of the machine, etc. But one of the things we did not mention previously was the sales and marketing costs that you will incur to grow your business. It's very important to choose a partner that understands the dental industry and implementing a validated workflow into your business so you can focus on your sales and marketing efforts. Our main goal here at Prodways is to make our customers successful and help them grow revenue and profitability. That, again, it can't be overstated. That is our number one goal. We keep our customers' machines running smoothly so that they can focus on growing their business. We have a great team of experts on hand, such as Vincent and our technical staff, and offer prospective customers personalized training and technical support for management and technicians. So I'd love to speak with you and learn more about your business. So before we open it up to questions, I will just say, please feel free to reach out to me. If you would like to see any samples or simulations off our machine, I would be happy to work with Vincent and put that data together for you.
Great, thanks everyone. We are going to move on to thanks Lee, thanks Vincent. That's a lot of great information. We are going to move on to our Q&A session, and we have one to start off with that, machines your size are very expensive. Do you only sell your machines, or are there other options like leasing available?
So I'll take this one. So we do not finance or lease our machines directly here at Prodways, but we do work with a number of partners that have been very creative in the past in developing some options for our customers. So I would be more than happy to make that connection and help you to explore those options with our financing partners.
Great, thanks Lee. We have another one that came in. What dental products are 3D printed? What is the main advantage of 3D printing these products over traditional manufacturing processes?
Vincent, you want to take that one?
Vincent, you want to take that one?
So to the question on benefit from traditional methods, first of all, well, there are many ways to see that, but one of them can be lead time. If you compare traditional process where the dentist will take an impression tray and will pour the material with the gypsum, well, if you replace all these with intraoral scanning technology at the dentist via the cloud, this goes immediately to manufacturing. So you are gaining a lead time. Then you can as well see the technical side and see the quality improvements because you are reducing the amount of steps that are needed, removing human error, and obviously the intraoral scanning technology have been improving tremendously recently. So it's actually allowing you to have a better quality. And because you also benefit from digital data from the beginning, well, every step of the way, you're able to take all sort of measurement to make sure your products are maintaining the right quality and accuracy. So many ways to see this question: lead time, economics, technical. But with all the offer that is out there with digital products, we cannot recommend more than to go digital with digital dentistry.
Thanks, Vincent. We have another question here. I own a medium-sized lab. Is your solution for large labs only?
No, not at all. You know, we offer a great ROI for medium-sized labs as well. You know, our solution offers a large build envelope with fast builds, but this leaves a lot of room to grow for your medium-sized customers. So, I mean, I'd be more than happy to reach out after the webinar and we can walk through your current production levels and you know, do a personalized ROI for you and, you know, figure out what exactly the solution would look like for you. Vincent, I don't know if you have anything else you want to add to that.
Yeah, well, actually, even if you're a medium-sized lab, you're still expecting that your products are very good quality. So you mentioned speed, but it's important as well to understand that because we are using a DLP technology, it's also a very accurate printer, and it's a perfect solution as well for medium-sized lab because with this accuracy, we can provide those labs with premium quality models. And I have an example. We have the one customer in Europe. He's scanning 100% of the models out of the machine, and he's actually using the 3D scan data as a marketing argument and the quality assurance to prove the accuracy of his product. So there's room for everyone with our machine, yes.
Great, thank you. And we have one more question here, which is, your machines are, you just touched on this, your machines are very fast. With speed, you lose accuracy. How accurate are your machines?
Okay, right. So it's a nice transition with this question. So try not to repeat the same. So as I said, it's a DLP technology. That's where we are getting the accuracy. And because we are moving our projector everywhere above the platform, we keep this very high accuracy on the full platform, so that no matter where is the part position on our big platform, you are benefiting from this very high accuracy. That's why our machines are very good fit for aligners, but also for those applications in demands of very high accuracy, like front-end bridges and implantology. And we do have a good fraction of our install bases where customers are using our machine on those verticals. So as Lee mentioned, if there is anybody interested, we can make a simulation, but we also have some samples. We are pretty familiar with the 3D scanning, so we can share some scan data to back up this information and give some technical information to whoever is interested on that aspect.
Great. Thank you. And, you know, thank you, Vincent and Lee. That's all the questions we have for today. So thank you for answering all of those. And, you know, thank you for your time today. A lot of great, interesting information. And thank you to all of our attendees for joining us. We know your time is valuable and we appreciate your participation. If you want to have more information or learn more about Prodways, or you'd like to download our 40-page ebook that we just put out on clear aligners, please visit our website at www.prodways.com. Thank you again for your time today. Any further questions, you can certainly get in touch with us. And we appreciate you and participation, and enjoy the rest of your day and your weekend.
Thanks everyone.
Thank you very much.
Have a nice weekend.